the Hotel Marquesa in Puerto de la Cruz in Tenerife. So we are in the north of Tenerife. Okay, so I'm in my room, double bed, got Cinnamon the capybara on the bed. Okay, so it's quite a spacious room, as you can see. So I've just unpacked. So hand luggage is there on the bed, wardrobe there, toilet just through there. And looking out onto the street, I'll just turn the camera around so you can have a look. So that's the view outside onto the main street. And there's some shops, people walking about. So we are in the old town of Puerto de la Cruz. So as I say, I've got Cinnamon the capybara, man bag, hand luggage bag, charging my phone up there and power bank as well. Put my apple juices in there. Got a map, got the information about the hotel, another card for the door, a TV, suitcases in there unpacked, and then the bathroom, which is basically bijou. So there's even a bidet in here. Sink with some liquid soaps, but I'm going to be using my own. Towels, shower, which is in a bath, toilet rolls, etc. So a very spacious room. So I'm not far from reception, which is basically out that door and to the right and down some steps. So as I say, you have to put the card in so you can access the electricity in the room. So as I say, yeah, there's a double bed there with a phone, which I'm not going to use. It's very similar to the room I had in the Prince Park in Benidorm. Very similar, but it's right opposite a nice square. So if I just put the camera back, there we go. It's opposite a nice square with an old 17th century church. So where I got dropped off to come to this hotel, it was basically the square where you get the train to go to the Loro Park. So I was on a minibus with a few other people from the airport, so it was about an hour drive. So we left Tenerife South Airport, got on the main motorway, followed it all the way up to Santa Cruz, and then went on to Tenerife 2, that's the second motorway, and then we ended up on Tenerife 5, that's the other motorway, which brings you round the back of the island, and then it drops down a very steep hill, and Puerto de la Cruz is on the right-hand side, and you can see Teide right above you. It absolutely towers over the island, considering it is over 12,000 feet high, and there was some snow on it as well. So I managed to get some footage coming into land into Tenerife South with Teide there as well, because the plane banked right the way around the island, went out to sea and banked right the way round to go into Tenerife South. So that's where we landed. That's where most British people or those that travel from the US, etc., will land in Tenerife if you're coming on holiday here, because that's the main airport for holiday makers. Hello to you, please subscribe at Courses25. So this live stream, I've arrived in Puerto de la Cruz in Tenerife. So welcome to the live stream at Coresmith25 to subscribe. So I've been given some information here about the hotel. So breakfast is from 7:30 till 10 o'clock in the morning. And dinner is from 7 till 9:30 at night. And you have to show your card at the restaurant to go and have your dinner. You can have, there is a safe in the room, there is a charge, 16 euros per week, but I'm not going to bother with that anyway. I've got my own safety there because I've got a key and a lock in my case. Departure day, which I don't want to think about yet because I'm here several days, to leave the room before midday in the morning, well, midday as in lunchtime. You can use the pool between 10 o'clock and 6, it's located on the 6th floor, which is basically the roof. Smoking is not permitted in guest rooms or anywhere else in the hotel. Not allowed to vape either. Well, I don't do either of them, so I don't have to worry about it. I have half board, so I get breakfast and dinner. Drinks aren't included, which I know that anyway. And you also get given a card which you can use for discounts in a shop up the road. So if you spend more than 119 euros, you get 15 euros off. If you spend more than 69 euros, you get 8 euros off. And if you spend more than 39 euros, you get 4 euros off. It tells me it's a very expensive shop, so I won't be going in. But they give it you anyway. And there's a QR code on the back there if you ever needed it. But I'm not going to be using it. I also got given a map of Puerto de la Cruz as well. So I'm located in the old town part of Puerto de la Cruz, which is here. The Loro Park is in this side of the town. And then there's the Lake Martinez beach up here as well in the Playa Jordan. and then on the back is the actual map of Tenerife itself. So where I landed to come here was in the south, down there, and then you basically just follow the motorway all the way up to Santa Cruz, which is up there, and then you go around that way to Puerto de la Cruz. So let me just get rid of this keyboard warrior. If it's a bunch of gibberish, clear off. Right, that's got rid of him. Honestly, some people tell you. So anyway, so that's a map of Puerto de la Cruz. That is a map of Tenerife, the island. Okay. So hang on a second. Just a minute. That's another keyboard warrior gone. Tell you what, that is all I've got to do. Just touch a button and I can get rid of people that just do not take a single bit of interest in what I'm talking about. This is a travel, cruise and sightseeing channel, okay? I don't want to be asked questions about my favourite films or anything political or anything religious. My channel is about travelling, okay? If you find me boring, just unsubscribe and leave. That's all I'm saying. I've had to get rid of 2 people already in a 6.5 minute stream. Right. So anyway, so I've arrived safely at Puerto de la Cruz in Tenerife. There was a little bit of a delay at the airport when we left East Midlands. Apparently there was a fox that had wandered onto the runway, so we couldn't take off. So we were just sat on the runway waiting for the staff at the airport to remove the fox. Still alive, it wasn't killed, it just wandered onto the runway. But anyway, apart from that, there was no delays. So we flew straight down over the Bay of Biscay, down the side of Portugal, over the Atlantic, straight down into Tenerife. Banked right the way round. Cracking views of Teide, so I am in the north of the island in Puerto de la Cruz. So it's a lovely town where I am, it's actually a city. So I got dropped off at the Loro Park Square, basically the Plaza de Catalicas, which is where you get the land train that takes you to the Loro Park. So, and outside the hotel is a nice square with a 17th century church, a nice little garden, and there's a terrace that you can sit out and have a beer, etc. So as I say, dinner's at 7 o'clock till 9:30 in the evening, so in another 40-ish minutes. It's the same time as the UK here as well. I don't have to change my time. It's the same time as the UK here in Tenerife. And breakfast is 7:30 till 10 in the morning. So I've got a very spacious room. I've got a double bed. It's very spacious, very similar room to the Prince Park room that I had when I went there last June. So I'm only on like the 1st or 2nd floor, but it looks really nice in the entrance area of the hotel. Didn't have to pay a tourist tax either. And also regarding the entry-exit system, which I did say I was going to do a video on, I didn't have to do any fingerprinting. But basically, you went up to the machine, there was a woman there helping everybody out anyway. So she just touched the English as the language. You just put your passport on, you look at the camera, it takes a photograph of you, and you still go to a border guard and have your passport stamped. So I don't know why it didn't flag up any questions, which was a bit strange because most of the machines in Tenerife South Airport were working. So I went up to the machine, put the passport on when instructed to do so on the screen, looked at the camera, it took a photograph, and then it said, please proceed to aboard an E-gate, a border gate, right? So you put your passport in there again, and then you look at the camera, and you go through, and then your passport's stamped by a police officer. So I'm still a bit puzzled as to why your passport is still stamped, considering the idea of this EES is to prevent that from happening anymore. But anyway, passport was stamped, okay? So, obviously, by the time it gets to April, lots of countries in the EU will have rolled out the entry-exit system at their airports anyway, to basically get rid of this passport stamping. They've postponed the ETIAS, which I said on another video back home in the UK, so you don't have to pay any visas or fill out any application forms for that. So, just bear that in mind, you may face delays. We didn't really face a delay at Tenerife Airport. We landed about just before 3:15. And I was at the minibus by 4:30, and I arrived into Puerto de la Cruz by 5:30, and I was here by 6:45. Okay, so 5:45 I arrived. Okay, so I took a little walk from the square where you got dropped off, which, as I said, is where you get the Loro Park train. I just took some photos and videos. It's absolutely beautiful. So I will be taking an evening stroll later on as well, do another video. because I won't have to worry about lugging my luggage. But yes, I'm going to enjoy the stay over here in Tenerife South. Tenerife South where I landed. Tenerife North, I mean. So tomorrow is the Teide by night trip. So in the morning after breakfast, I will go and explore Puerto de la Cruz, and then go towards the hotel where my mum and dad stayed to basically get the bus to go into the National Park of Teide, which is behind Puerto de la Cruz. And then you go for dinner up there, you get a glass of wine, you get to look at the stars, etc. It's going to be a fantastic trip. Make sure you go dressed for the weather because it can get very chilly. So I've bought extra layers with me, trousers, jumpers, etc. I have bought extra layers and a scarf, gloves, hat and a cagoule in case it rains. But from looking at the weather on BBC Weather, it looks it's going to be perfectly fine. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. Later on after dinner, as I say, I'm going to go and do an evening recce of the resort, go back down to that square where I got the where you get the train for the Loro Park, and then head to the Concordia Playa, which I did actually see when we came into Puerto de la Cruz not long ago, where my mum and dad stayed back in 1976, because that's where I'll be getting the bus tomorrow to do this trip. I'm also going to try and see Eric at the tourist information place just down the road here, and book the Loro Park ticket for Thursday. And if you quote portodelacruz.info, you generally will get a free gift, because I do follow the Facebook group, so I will be quoting Julie, who runs that page, to him, because he's done videos on YouTube with her, or she's done videos on YouTube with him. Either way, I'm going to quote it and just say I'm on Julie's Facebook group, portodelacruz.info, and I've been recommended to come and see you in here to book these trips. So I'll be booking the Loro Park for Thursday. And you do get a free gift, apparently. So that's nice to know that. And there's also lots of little shops around here as well. I've not explored Puerto de la Cruz yet, because I've only just got here literally 45 minutes ago, just about. So I'm going to have a shower now, and then I'll be getting ready for dinner, and then I'm going to go out and do some exploring. I've got loads of footage of the flight coming in as well. I've got lots of videos to edit. I've got about 4 videos to upload on the channel that I edited in the airport at East Midlands. So I'm going to get them put on, because they're on there ready to be put on. I've just got to put the outro on, and then I'll just put them on the channel. So there's 4 episodes to come, and then I've got to edit loads more of coming here, and I'll have some more footage tonight. So I'm going to be busy editing in bed before I go to sleep, but at least I can have a bit of a lie-in, okay, and get a decent sleep. So anyway, thanks for watching this live stream. So as I say, welcome to Puerto de la Cruz. Lots of videos to come, especially tomorrow with the Teide trip, Thursday with the Loro Park, hopefully Friday go to the Botanical Gardens as well. So at CarlSmith25 to subscribe. I do apologise for having to get rid of Keyboard Warriors, but they were asking some ridiculous things, and it basically distracts me from doing what I'm talking about, so I got rid of them. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. And there's plenty more videos to come during Puerto de la Cruz. If you've been here before, let me know in the comments section down below. If there's anywhere you want me to go around Puerto de la Cruz where you've been, let me know as well. As I say, that's the map that you get given at the hotel. So the Botanical Garden is on there as well, which I'm going to be visiting. I'm in the Old Town, which is up this part here. So that's where I'm going to be spending most of my holiday. So the Lego Martinez is just there. And then the Concordia Playa is just over this side of the town here. So I'm in this part here. And then the Loro Park is down this part here. So as I say, I'm looking forward to this. It's a nice new series for the channel, very first travel blog of 2026, and it's nice to get away from the English cold weather at the moment. 5 or 6 degrees, and we landed to 22, so I can't fault that really, and it's given out sunshine for most of the week as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.